Heidi through about 4 years ago when she started tutoring our older son, Josh. And we've gotten to know her and really valued her as a person, but also she became a very respected and intimate part of our family.
So when I think of Heidi, my dear friend, whom I've known for over 30 years, 3 words come to mind. Exuberance, because when she was excited about an idea, she would show it in her voice, in her facial expressions, in her body, and she just was very, very expressive about ideas that excited her.
I had so many happy memories of being with Heidi and just the good times we had as family members and as sisters-in-law. One of the things that really struck me about Heidi was how she was always so unfailingly positive, especially after her diagnosis. It's almost like she had discovered a new purpose and she was going to really make the best of what living with cancer looks like.
Heidi always had her ears, her eyes, and most importantly, her heart open to support her friends.
celebrate her life, and learn about each other. Why? Because we are the ones who gave her life. Look around this room. You are the people who gave Heidi life. And we know she gave you life. She gave us life. So we'll honor her wishes today by reading from her farewell letter. Writing a farewell letter. We'll watch videos with her artwork. We'll listen to her favorite music and readings. And we'll hear stories about her from her loved ones. So, to my table on the left, there are symbols that represent Heidi. Wendy, come on up and hold them up because I know everybody wants to see them. First of all, a stool with her name, Heidi Marohn, a gift when she was 2 years old. It'll be up here if you want to come take a closer look at her report. And her Girl Scout sash. Imagine all those badges and all the work to early in her life. And one of the many plants to which Heidi tended with care throughout her lifetime. And some of her art supplies. Yeah, there we go. And you probably used some of them tonight already. And what about her knit lion hat? Yeah. One of her favorites throughout her years living with cancer, which she wore during her final days of life. Now, some people would say, if you touch it, there's grace there. There's Heidi's. And a journal and a pen representing Heidi's lifelong passion for journaling. That's why we have these letters from her, right? And, yeah, they're beautiful. And 2 geodes that she gave to Luke and Gabe to crack open, for those of you who are from the Midwest. You crack a geode open, and it's beautiful on the inside. So she gave it to them so that they would see their inner beauty. It's also a gift for each of us to see our inner beauty through Heidi's eyes. So Pastor Joseph, come forward and lead us in the beginning prayer, please.
Beloved brothers and sisters, we thank God for today. Especially when I entered, I was surprised at the number of people here. It speaks of the kind of person that he was. You know, the story is told of twins in your mother's womb who struck a conversation. And the first twin told the second twin. And very soon, we're going to get a chance of exiting this space. And then we'll have the opportunity to stretch our legs and see distances, see our mother's face, be able to talk to each other. The second twin said, don't stretch your imaginations. There's nothing like that. And very soon, the delivery time was up. And the first twin was pushed out. Then the second twin, again, the woman heard cries. And he said, I told you, there's nothing like that. You only put yourself in trouble. So as he heard the first twin cry, he knew that the guy was dead. But then soon he shouted and said, my brother, I am out. And I'm celebrating. I've seen my mom. My brother says this. This is the exact words that I believe that Heidi is telling us right now. She has exited this world called the world. A world full of trouble, chaos, harms. But I believe strongly that she is in a better place. Where she is now, she's celebrating because this woman had a sweet spirit. I had the opportunity of meeting her a couple of times. She attended my church about 4 times, and then I visited their homes also and saw her. You know, she's always full of smiles. When I saw that picture, I said, wow, that is a beautiful soul. She's always welcome. I believe strongly, and I have no doubt, that where she is now, she's celebrated as a reward from her maker. And I believe strongly that we who are left on this earth, definitely we also have to live a life that one day nobody will have to lie at our funerals. But then who will tell the truth, as we are telling the truth about Heidi right now. She indeed lived a good life. And I believe strongly that the Lord who knew her, created her, really called her at the right time, so that she will not be messed up. So we thank God for what He's done for Heidi. And my good brother said, somebody I've known when we were growing up back in Ghana. And so when I came here a couple of years ago to start ministry, and I thought, I said, wow, this is good. And it was a plus when I met the wife as well. And so we thank God. I want us to be on our feet and share a little prayer. And we thank you for our lives. And we thank you for the life of Heidi. We appreciate you because we agree and know and understand that the life you gave unto her has come to an end and you have called her. We bless you that she's in a better place. The original intent for creating her was really fulfilled because whoever she encountered has a good testimony about her. May your name be praised. Father, the word declares that it is better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting, for there the living put on their heart. We pray that, Father, today, as we listen to testimonies and to memories of Heidi, we who are alive today and gathered for the reason that you created her, we pray that, Father, will be able to hear and understand and also do something about our lives. We give you all the glory, honor, and praise. You brought us together for a purpose, for that our purpose will be fulfilled. Thank you so much. It is my prayer that everybody here, God and the Lord, will have grace to live a good life, a healthy life, a blessed life. And when we have also expired, Lord will be with you. Thank you so much for what you've done. In Jesus' name, amen.
July 12th, 2020. Heidi wrote a farewell letter. Dear friends and family, I'm starting to write this letter as a sleepy Sunday morning during the pandemic. I'm sitting on knees and my deck, overlooking the backyard. Chicken Mama's rooster is crowing to my left. The sun is trying to rise over the canopy of trees. And the birdies of all sorts are chittering and trilling in the leaf-laden forest sloping up the hill before me. A 180-degree panorama I feel extremely privileged to be a part of this morning. The fawns race in the underbrush. Kick up your heels, young Turks. This letter is my goodbye to you. And I think the birds outside are in agreement. It's deeply important to me to tell you how important you have been to me in my life. I want to tell you in my own words. I want you to know. Many people, when they die, don't have a chance to articulate their thoughts about their loved ones before departing. Either they're snatched away suddenly, or they aren't in their right minds. Accepting a silver lining of cancer, that it provides the likely format of my death with advance notice, gives me an opportunity of time and focus to articulate my thoughts. If I weren't probably going to die of cancer, I'm not sure I'd be doing this. I'm glad to be doing it, though. It's a gift to me to be doing it. I think it will allow me to more easily let go when the time comes for me to pass. I need to tell you that starting is the hard part. The enormity of each relationship is like an inflated air balloon sitting in my lap. I cannot wrap my arms around this colorful silken orb in these diminutive lines to you. Artists' minds, certain things grab us, put a headlock on our attention, and don't let us go until we've been mesmerized a good long time. One such gut-right element, for me, is color. I suck on color combinations as if they're a never-ending lollipop. I frolic and glide in pools of hues found in nature. Ephemera, hair color, paintings, any object in the world. That's what you are to me. The most excellent, striking pigment on the palette of my life. Having been able to connect with you has been integral to making up the art that is life. Luke, help us remember now Heidi and her art.
My artistic process. I'm low-tech, using everything from the library to brooms, lampshades, windows, and even envelopes as tools. Creating for me is two things: experimentation and problem solving. To find solutions, I set up each challenge as an either or. I make a decision and move on. How Rachel Carson inspires me: her curiosity, wonder, reverence, and passion for nature and its systems. How she channeled those feelings into scholarship of biology, and on top of it all, made that expertise beautiful as poetry through her writing, her first love. I am inspired by her quietness, her stewardship, her courage, and her integrity to speak her truth, the earth's truth and humanity's truth, against powerful interests. Rachel Carson, it is you I cherish.
Women who walked on water showed us the way, bringing change to the challenge of the day. Women who crossed rough waters did not turn away. They built hope in the struggles of the day. Thanks to Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, paving the way. Eleanor Roosevelt, RBG, saving the day. Maria, tall chief, sojourner truth, lighting the way. Jackie Joyner, Kersey, Billie Jean King, rising above the fray. Each found a way, despite a steep divide, carrying others, walking side by side, resisting, riding, creating, uniting, working upstream to turn the tide. Women who walked on water did not turn away. They built hope in the struggles of the day. Amelia Earhart, Dolores Huerta, paving the way. Rachel Carson, Malala Yousafzai, saving the day. Thanks to Frida, Ella, and Aretha, lighting the way. Heidi Marohn, Maya Lynn, rising above the fray. For countless other sisters, your names we do not know. Thank you, you're brave today and long ago. Women who walked on water showed us the way, bringing change to the challenge of the day. Women who crossed rough waters did not turn away. They built hope in the struggles of the day. May we be so brave to bring light in the darkness of the day. We've been shown the way, let's bring change to this day.
Heidi has amazing friends. So, spirit of the ancestors, courageous and beautiful circle that Heidi has joined now, be with us here today. Spirit of Heidi's family and friends who have died. Her father, Heidi Marohn. Her father-in-law, Stephen Antonovich. Her cherished niece, Ella Marohn. Her Aunt Liz and Uncle Rich. Her dear friends, Katie O'Neill and Tim Rice, and many others who we hold and name in our hearts. Embrace Heidi with your love and care. This is when you know that there is a world somewhere else, wherever that else is, connected to where we are here, and someday will be wherever that is. This is an amazing world that we're all a part of, and Heidi knows it from both sides now. So, spirit of strong, brave women who walked on water, enjoy, you sang them to us so beautifully. Thank you. Now, Heidi's one. Show us the way. Spirit of everyone who has loved and continues to love Heidi, those present here today, and those who are in other places. Remember Heidi with fondness and gratitude. May we let go of any regrets and unhealed hurts, and hold on to the treasured memories. And Spirit of the Earth, full of cherry blossoms for everyone this day, urge us to cherish nature, as Heidi did. And Spirit of the Rain that blessed us this morning, and we know Heidi loved the rain, and you told me that, refresh us with tears of sorrow and gratitude. And Spirit of the Sun, and didn't we love it coming after the rain today, saying, oh my gosh, we're going to get there in sunshine instead of a rainstorm? That was shining Heidi's light on us, on each of us. And Spirit of the Wind, I don't know where you were last night, but it was pretty windy where I was here in this area. Breathe Heidi's love through us today and always. So when you see the earth, rain, sun, and wind in your place of this world, think of Heidi. Give me one moment to pick up a stone and a rainbow, and I'll take our ribbons. In front of me, there are baskets of stones and baskets of ribbons. Now, these are very special for this occasion. These rocks, these stones have been collected by me, by Ray. Who else? Hold your hand up. Did I catch them? Okay. And these ribbons, Nee and Heidi went to a ribbon factory somewhere in Maryland. Am I right, Nee? And these ribbons come from there. And some of them come from Chris and Wendy. So what are we going to do with ribbons and with stones? Well, in just a moment, we'll pass them around throughout the service as just a touchstone to Heidi. So, Julie Hubbard, Lynn Hume, John Hume, and Gabe Marohn, come on up. There are ribbon and stone passers. There's a basket for each of you. The stone people hold the bottom of the basket until some of those stones are passed. So they're going to pass them down the aisles and take one or take several and just hold it, feel it. Go ahead and start passing. Service, you can just keep them passing around. At the end, it's going to be a gift to Inger, a gift to me, a gift to Eric, to take home as a physical manifestation of love and support from all of us here today. So treasure your stone, treasure your ribbon, and I do think everybody's going to get a ribbon to take home. And there are a lot of stones, so you might have a stone too. But think of Heidi as you receive these. And I'll give you a sneak preview a little bit later. We're going to tell stories of Heidi. So while you're receiving the ribbon and the stone, you might think of a Heidi story that you want to share with somebody next to you. Not a paragraph or a book, just a couple sentences. I'll give you some clues and more directions later. But for now, let's see. As these are being passed around, we also have a bio of Heidi Francis.
Good afternoon. This was, in a sense, quite a task, trying to get this together. First, I wanted to call Inger or Eric.
We can't hear.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, better. Good. So, try to get some information and get this job well done. I'm writing about Heidi after all, and I wanted to be sure I got it right. Hopefully I got it right. Heidi Marohn, October 3rd, 1964 to October 23rd, 2022. Heidi was born the eldest child in Yonkers, New York. When Heidi was 6 years old, her family moved from Town, New York to Clarendon Hills in Chicagoland, where she had an early childhood education. She attended Hinsdale Township High School Central, where she graduated and went on to further her education at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. While studying at Concordia College, Heidi also studied a year abroad in Constance, Germany. In 1987, upon her graduation from Concordia, she received a degree in English, German, and secondary education. Heidi went on to serve a year with the Lutheran Volunteer Corps in Wilmington, Delaware. She later moved to Washington, D.C., where she lived between the city and Tacoma Park, Maryland. In the early parts of her career, Heidi worked as a temp, then as a production associate at BET. She went on to graduate with a second degree, bachelor's degree in fine arts from the Cochran School of Art in 1998. She homeschooled twin sisters on Capitol Hill before launching her own business, Tiber Creek Ceramics, where she made custom tiles. She taught middle school English language arts and reading at Kingsbury Day School and Capital City Public Charter School in the District of Columbia as well. In addition, Heidi started a tutoring program utilizing the Wilson method that benefited numerous students. Heidi married Scott Wittenberg in the year 2000 and later married Nee Mensah in 2010. She passed away peacefully, surrounded by her loved ones. Heidi lived a full and grateful life for 8 years after her 2014 diagnosis of ovarian cancer. Heidi spread a love and passion for equality, social justice, environmental justice, and love of humanity throughout her lifetime. Those of us who were close to her were fortunate to learn from her enthusiasm, creativity, her passion for life and nature, and her selflessness. She was caring, loving, just. She was exuberant, energetic, and empathetic. She was generous with her time, her energy, and her resources. She touched the lives of friends, family, and many people when she came in contact with. Well, these are some of the things that my research led me to, but I want to tell you some things about what friends have said in the tributes that I hope you get to hear today. The Stenbergs. So it's a family here in Maryland. Heidi taught their kids, probably using the Wilson method or her knowledge, her educational, her knowledge in teaching, and taught their children at home. This is what they said: we love her smile, we love her energy, and we'll always remember her. Ray, I think Ray's a very good friend, you can tell from her tribute. So like most things Heidi did, she gave it her all. Her friends, her family, her teaching. She saw in me a deep desire to create and fan it like it was the most important thing in her life. It was just like Heidi. to think of creative way to help out a friend in need, or of a friend in need, even without being asked. She always had her eyes and ears, and most importantly, her heart open for joy. Heidi, through her creativity, her intentionality, her heart and soul into the Rachel Carlson project. And she, Joy, admires her commitment to social justice. Julie says this: Heidi, ever an artistic engineer, always encouraging and brainstorming. Her essence encompasses so much. She's a focused, encouraging, a vision. We have each other to hold her essence among us as she continues to connect us all. Chris, I love the sense of wonder and adventure she brought to each experience. Her passion of telling or listening to any long version of any personal story or topic about which she was passionate. She made each of us feel treasured. Kristen talks about Heidi's exuberance. When she was excited about something, she would show it in her voice and in her facial expressions. She was encouraging. She was exquisite. Her attention to detail in her artwork and everything that she did, and the way she lived her life demonstrated that. And her friend, Sinador, what she's here today. Tuning into life in all its forms, taking time to be in awe and wonder, be with relationships, with nature, with art, with whatever the world is offering. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hide. Thank you
Joy and Chris, are you singing us here, or are you singing us in between Ray and Margot, Stacy, and Wendy?
From Sarah Miles for today. Sarah Miles writes, "The death of a beloved is an event that rings and rings through life. Bearing it is not a problem to be solved, but a long, slow piece of music to listen to. And mourning, like music, is best listened to with others."
Some of you also love it, and so we're going to invite you to read it with us today. On the second page of your program, you'll see at the very top the song "Joy is in My Heart," and Joy and I are going to sing the verse, and then when we get to the refrain, invite you all to join us.
Softly on my way to you.
bear with me. I will try to make it through as best I can. First of all, on behalf of Inger, I want to thank you all so much for sharing your presence with us today. It's such a wonderful collection of people that have been here, that are here, from grade school, high school, people who first started out with their roommates from Concordia, the Lutheran Volunteer Corps, and then also going through all of her teaching, and just the different friends that have embraced her over the years. So, I wanted to say thank you so much for being here today to celebrate Heidi's life. So Heidi, Hides, Items, Heidi, Heidster, you weren't the only one to bestow nicknames to people. You're going to be sorely missed. Many of you knew your Heidi based on the timeline of when you met her. But as her siblings, we got to experience the myriad versions of our sister from the get-go. There might be a few things that may surprise you about Heidi outside of what you know of her, such as when Inger and I were the subjects of her many experiments in our youth. From her testing new sauce-like concoctions, definitely not FDA approved, that she forced us to eat while the parents were out for the evening, or what various vegetables would do to the complexion of our eyelids, while making us hang upside down for questionable amounts of time. All while feigning naivety when we tried to tell the parents to know what was happening in their absence, and they did not believe us. Heidi was the organizer of our neighborhood plays, writing the scripts and creating sets to perform for our parents. She created the Pee Wee Olympics for the neighborhood kids, where we would participate in such Heidi-esque competitions like a long jump, where we would use a pumpernickel springboard, or racing to and fro for Mrs. O'Neill's birch tree, all while timed by a stopwatch found in a breakfast cereal box. Her tying Inger and I up meticulously, dropping water onto our faces until she felt her right place as the eldest was once again secured. Heidi reveled in trying to find the exact formation of her tongue so she could launch a Louie the farthest. Something she loved to do. Don't admit it. She was smart, articulate, and she was fond of the arts, with her having a lovely voice and being an outstanding ballerina, especially on point. She introduced us to various genres of music. This might surprise a few of you, ranging from Yes, the Style Council, Paul McCartney and the Wings, Bob Marley and the Wailers, and Genesis with Peter Gabriel, of course. Growing up with Heidi opened our eyes to new ideas and experiences that shaped who we are today. As an adult, those experiences did not diminish, but grew brightly to include you all, especially our beloved me, and the Ghanaian community we know as family today. Still, it's hard to talk of Heidi in the past tense, as many of us would crave the opportunity to have one more deep and meaningful conversation. Go on a walk and be introduced to a DC gem that we would have otherwise never noticed. Participated in one of her fascinating art projects. Received a particular article from her beloved Washington Post that she thought you'd like. Listened to her love of Shaq or Shock from basketball and sports. And rarely tasted some of her clean food creations, which I guess that means that part of her was never left. What we have found in the months since her passing is that even though she is not physically with us, she continues to wrap herself around us and have her presence felt. We don't have to tell you what a special and talented person she was because of your own experiences and what you will see of her life today. But that hasn't done her justice, merely touching the tip of her creative iceberg. Or, as Heidi might describe it, a mostly submerged pyramid, tantalizing and enticing, waiting to expose its treasures to those seeking. Our own personal Heidi relationships remind us of who we should strive to be. A person that gives their all to a relationship, creating a feeling that you and you alone are the most important person to her. How many of us could say that we were Heidi's best friend? Quite a few, we imagine. While many of us pick and choose, how and where to apply her energy, Heidi amazed us as to what she gave to each and every venture and relationship, never with complaint or any expectation of anything in return. Heidi's always been her own dynamo, but the years since her cancer diagnosis seem to have held their own particular frenetic energy. Of course, she was looking at mortality in the face on a daily basis, but her contributions, zest for life, and keen sense of sharing what she could with us for the time that she had seemed to go into overdrive in spite of her less than favorable prognosis. Championing social equity, passionately fighting for women's rights, sharing her love of art, and working with children of all ages and talents, to name a few. Early in her DC days, Heidi spent time caring for twins, Daryl and Amara, teaching and helping them experience things that we can surely say was as unique an upbringing as one could imagine or want. She spent the last few years tutoring children that she dearly loved and who brought her much joy, as evidenced by her talking about them, or even, say, bragging on their individual achievements. As with them and all of you here today, Ingrid and I want to thank you. Thank you for being part of Heidi's life and giving her so much of what she craved. Equally tenacious lovers of life and fairness, trustworthy and engaging conversationalists, and above all, beloved and loyal friends. One of our favorite movies growing up was The Sound of Music, and strangely, I've been hearing a particular song lately, and where you actually hear snippets of the song, Sound of Music in the springtime. But it took on another meaning to me as I related to Heidi. So how do you solve a problem with Heidi? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Heidi? A flirty bit, a will-o-the-wisp, and if I may, because of her love of sports, a touchdown. Oh, how do you solve a problem like Heidi? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? Heidi was one of a kind person, unable to be solved because she didn't let life run her. She ran her life as she wanted despite the obstacles, and we all benefited. You can never hold her down or capture her entire essence, as a moonbeam escapes all attempts of capture. But you will continue to marvel in her existence, as well as the joy and lessons she brought to each and every one of us, with many years to follow. Heidi, you were and will continue to be truly unique, and all of us are eternally blessed and privileged to have had you in our lives. Love to everyone here. Thank you.
Shoulder a heavy load, set it down, the pressure that weighs on you, set it down, the struggle, the rages inside, set it down, rest a while with me, let me share the burden. Set it down if it becomes a flood. Set it down. I will ride the waves with you. Set it down and rest a while with me. Shoulder a heavy load, set it down, the pressure that weighs on you, set it down, the struggle, the
Stacy and Wendy. Come forward, please, and lead us in the Dalai Lama's 8 rules for living.
As all of you know, it was very important to Heidi. It was very important to Heidi to put her whole heart and being into celebrations and special occasions just like today. She delighted in sharing from her heart and listening to what came from others' hearts. She loved the creative possibilities of offering something new to the table. She didn't worry too much to pose a challenge, but always presenting it with her award-winning smile and her eyes that showed people that she was truly interested in what they had to say, even if it was different, and sometimes even more if it was different from her perspective. One such occasion was Thanksgiving dinner with my parents in town decades ago. Her offering of the Dalai Lama's 18 rules for living was not quite what my traditional parents expected to discuss while passing the turkey and the dressing. But it was a gift I will always cherish. The usual small talk that happened at these kind of gatherings opened up to meaningful conversations around the table as people took turns reading each one of these rules aloud, one by one, and discussing. There was a lightness in the room that I can only explain as connection. Connection is a gift that Heidi encouraged so generously and frequently. It was her great desire that today would be all about connecting the people that she loves with each other. So it's no wonder that she wanted these 18 rules to be read once again on this great day of connection and thanksgiving for a life so well lived and cherished.
So as we listen to Ray, it occurs to me that we could say that this reading was one of Heidi's heart songs. And the Dalai Lama's rules are going to be read in groups of 6. After each set of 6 is read, we're all going to sing together again, because you did so well the first time. This is also on page 2 of your program. It's Listen to My Heart Song. And we will run through it once before we start, if that's okay, Margaret? Just so that everybody's familiar with it. And then, just the first verse. And then after Margaret reads, we'll sing the first verse. After Stacy reads, in a beautiful hat, we'll sing the second verse, and you'll notice there's a little lyric change there. And then at the very end, after Wendy reads, we're going to do a round. And I see some of you looking at me like this is the worst idea anyone ever. You have often reminded me creating art involves taking risks. So we're going to try it. And whatever happens is going to be beautiful. And when we get to that point, this left side, I'll be leading you, we'll start. And then Joy's going to lead the right side and the lounge. And so you all have the easy part, which means you have to sing really loud, confidently, because we got to support them, right? And everybody, when you come in during the round on this other side, after you hear us say 2, that's when you come in. So it'll be like listen, 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 2. Listen, 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 2. And we'll just do that a few times until it either crashes and burns or we feel like we're done. So let's just sing that first verse once together. As soon as you're comfortable, just join in. There's a lot of repetition, so that helps. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forget you. I will always be with you. I will never forget you. I will always be with you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. So that's what.
into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk. When you lose, don't lose the lesson. Follow the 3 R's. Respect for self, respect for others, responsibility for all your actions. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. Learn the rules so you know how to break them. Don't let a little dispute injure a great friendship.
Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will always be with you. I will never forget you. I will always be with you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song.
When you realize you've made a mistake, take an immediate step to correct it. Spend some time alone every day. Open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Remember that silence is sometimes the best answer. Live a good, honorable life. Then when you get older and think back, you'll be able to enjoy it a second time. A loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation for your life.
Listen to our heart song. Listen, listen, listen to our heart song. We will never forget you. You will always be with us. We will never forget you. You will always be with us. Listen, listen, listen to our heart song.
Disagreements with loved ones deal only with the current situation. Don't bring up the past. Share your knowledge. It's a way to achieve immortality. Be gentle with the earth. Once a year, go someplace you've never been before. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other.
Listen, listen, listen to our heart song. 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 Listen to our heart song.
Lived the last 8 years of her life acutely aware that her time was limited. And she was grateful for every minute. Can't you imagine her living by the Dalai Lama's rules? What a challenge for us. On June 5th, 2022, Heidi began a post on her Caring Bridge blog with the following words, and I quote, "It's been almost 2 years since I last wrote you here. There were moments during this course of time that I chided myself for not writing. I know you would have welcomed even an update of nothing. It was lulling enough not to have to write, but I quietly savored living in a state of non-urgency, health-wise. So I have reformed and am putting a mature foot forward to right now, when there's no cause, with regret, no. I'm writing to let you know my cancer's back. It's not a surprise. We knew it would eventually come knocking at the door. And after this is my voice, and after detailing the events of the previous weeks and her treatment plan, Heidi concluded her blog post, and I quote, "As I was writing, a fawn raced up and down the hill in our backyard, making a heap of noise, kicking up its heels with energy and showing off its speed. I wish for you the same. Make a lot of noise, kick up your heels, and show off the speed you can, 'cause we can. We're alive, and it feels pretty darn good." These words are but one illustration of how Heidi was a light along the way to all of us and countless others. Not only what she called a, quote, joyful odyssey, unquote, of living with cancer, but throughout her life.
All we have is this moment in time. We know this for certain in our lives. Only one brief, beautiful moment in time. What is it speaking to you? I wanna listen hard. I wanna live out loud. I wanna go gently on the earth. I wanna be proud of these moments, all strung together, like the lights along the way, like the lights along the way, like the lights along the way. All we have is one humankind. We know this for certain in our lives. Only one mass of people, all intertwined. Who is calling to you? I wanna listen hard. I wanna live out loud. I wanna go gently on the earth. I wanna be proud of these moments, all strung together, like the lights along the way, like the lights along the way, like the lights along the way. So much radiance shining down, leaning forward, beaming on, and all we have is this moment divine. We know this for certain in our lives. Only one
only one brief, beautiful moment to shine. Don't forget to grab yours. And think about who Heidi is in your life and how she has been a shining light along your way. Now we each have our favorite Heidi stories to share. I'm sure you've been thinking about yours throughout this time together. So this is the time to grab just one of them right now. I know, there's so many. So think of, what's your favorite place where you spent time with Heidi? Could have been a park, a jet, a walk, a living room couch. Or maybe what's an activity you enjoy doing with Heidi? Or what's something you learned from Heidi? What's a gift you received from Heidi? Capture one. Each of us will have 2 minutes to speak. Now, how are we going to know? Because Chris is sitting at the piano. She's sitting down. That means Chris is going to be our cue person. So one person's going to speak, and the other person's going to listen. And music will be playing in the background, beautifully, of course. So when the song ends, and Chris promises that it will, that will be your cue to stop talking and listening and switch turns. So that the listener is then the talker and the talker is then the listener. Now who starts out? Well, your choice. Okay. Whoever's the most talkative or wants to start talking first. So when the second song ends, we'll come back together as one group. I already gave you the story starters, but if you have a different story, go for it. Just remember it's 2 minutes, so keep it focused. So take a moment to capture your thoughts. Next to you, front or back, doesn't have to be right beside, it could be anywhere. And share a moment, memory of Heidi with another person. Part of every conversation because we want to treasure every story of Heidi. Well, we do have some more time to share with one another. So here's the invitation. Find someone and share with them a piece of the Heidi story that either you told or you heard. And of course you know that me and Inger and Eric are the first ones that want to hear your story. So search them out sometime throughout the rest of the night and tell them a lovely story about
Heidi. Softly on my way, I am filled with the light of 1,000 rainbows, softly
Joyce in our heart. Why? Because we remembered our beloved Heidi so well, as she invited us to do, and as she mapped a way out for us. Now I'll give you my inside story from being on Zoom meetings with the people who put this together today. It was incredible. My own insight is that if every one of us is remembered the way Heidi has been remembered, what a difference it will make in the world. What a difference such love and care can give. And if each one of us left a directive to our loved ones about how to celebrate a memorial for us, how much easier life would be on the one hand, and on the other hand, how much work it would be. But it is a challenge because, you know, we're here today. We have this moment, but we don't know whether we're here tomorrow or how many tomorrows we have. So we must live and we must die and then be renewed, perhaps be a bird, perhaps be a plant, whatever, we don't know. But here we are today to love and to care. Before we officially close, while this microphone is mine, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to our musicians. Oh my, if every single Chris and Joy, and we know why Heidi loved your music, Joy. I love the two of you singing together. And Eric and Inger, me. There are no words. Thank you. And how blessed you are to be loved by Heidi and to have shared her with all of us. And all the rest of us, we don't know each other well, but look around. These are the people Heidi loved. So that kind of makes us siblings in a way. So enjoy the meal together. There'll be some rearrangements. Melissa will get us through it all because we have to rearrange this room. But before we do that, Pastor Joseph, come on up and share with us the final words.
Thank you for having me here again. I want to read a scripture from the Bible, from Ecclesiastes chapter 14, verse 7 to 9. It says, "For there is hope for a tree, if it is cut down, that it will sprout again, and that its tender shoot will not cease. Though its root may grow old in the earth, and its stump may die in the ground, yet at the scent of water it will bud and bring forth branches like a plant." Now, there is hope. There is hope. You know, I used to think that good things happen to only good people, and bad things happen to bad people. But I've come to realize, as I grow, that it is not always like that. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, but there is always hope. Because the God who created us is a God of restoration.
Amen.
Right now, I'm sitting here going through stuff. Maybe going through some health challenge. Maybe going through some difficult times. But I came up here to encourage you that have hope. Because God who created you is a God of restoration. He will restore. Lee, Inga, and Eric, please, I want you to remember that you've lost a dear one. You've lost a blessed human being who was given to you by God. But our God, who is the God of restoration, will restore. He knows your pain. He knows what you've been through. But He will restore. He will strengthen you. So my last words to you all gathered here, I want you to understand that sometimes things happen, but God restores. And the Lord restores you everything you've lost in this year 2023. God bless us all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I love my truest love, sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. I can't explain it. Couldn't if I tried. How the only things you carry are the things we always said. Sail on silver wings, life's a twinkling, that's a certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. It's time, might be standing in the center of something rare and find some low love converse. Like a light through colored glass, some give it all in one great flame, throwing kisses as they pass. Oh, let it go, my love, my truest, let it sail on silver wings. But there's heaven in our midst, and we're never really all that far from those we love and miss way out in the water. There's a glory all around, and the wise say there's 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Oh, let it go, my love, my truest, let it sail on silver wings. Life's a twinkling, that's for certain, but it's such a fine thing. There's a gathering of spirits, there's a festival of friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. And we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again.
This area here for the next 15 or 20 minutes. So I would ask if you guys could move away from this area and go ahead and share your stories of Heidi together. In the lobby there's many of her the ribbons and the rocks and all kinds of fun stuff, artwork. And Chris or Wendy will know better than I. It said something if it was available outside the glass bridge. Is it available? Does anybody know? Yeah. It is. Fantastic. But we'll get this restaged. We will alert you when this is ready for us to eat in about 15 or 20 minutes. Thank you.
Rocks and ribbons that you still have. Can the people who pass them out take the baskets and maybe put them on the table out in the hallway, and then you can put your rocks and your ribbons there.
We need that back. Back. Okay. Chicken breast
Now, how you come from that?
That's good. That's good.
Oh, yeah. That's very spicy. This is basically, it may not afford.
Sorry, I was gonna get this straight. I will put the camera close.
Looks kind of spicy.
Friends that attends to Heidi's funeral. I'm so glad and we are so blessed. Thank you for your coming and thank you for everything. We love you better. We love you more. And I hope prayers is in our voices. Thank you so much for everything.
I'm John. I'm Inger's husband, Heidi's brother-in-law, and I can't thank you all enough for being a part of this ceremony. And we treasure and love each and every one of you. And I feel like, having done all of this many times in my life, I've never seen anything like this. And so, because of all of you, this became the event that it was. So God bless and thank you all.
Come on, Uncle John. Hi, I'm Luke Marohn. I am Eric's son and Aunt Heidi's nephew. And I just want to say thank you for everyone that has helped and everyone that has come today to honor her memory, because we had no idea just how many people she touched, and to see all of that was just really heartwarming. Thank you.
For everyone that came, and have a good night and goodbye.
I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming today and for giving of all of your many gifts and being a part of Heidi's life, because we're all like little pieces of fabric that were woven together to be the fabric of Heidi. And it's just so wonderful. She had such lovely friends and family that was out here. So I want to really thank you all. Thank you.
I thank everyone for coming to celebrate Heidi's life today. Many of you might think of yourselves as friends, but ultimately what we found here today is that we're all family of Heidi. regardless of where you came in her life, whether it was when from grade school, high school, whatever the case is, even here, on an ongoing basis and being in her life, you truly were her family, who she loved so much, who shaped her, and I know she also shaped you. But it's just a wonderful day that we could come together and actually celebrate Heidi's life and see what she was capable of doing and bringing us together and how much she was loved. So thank you very much.